And when I'm not performing as a poet, I'm really lucky to work in another area of my passion, which is around connection and helping people heal from disconnect, particularly around health narratives, around body respect, so helping people around food and eating. And I've been writing a series of poems to myself, to my body. So the poems start, Dear Body, the letters. And I've written one especially for today that I'm going to perform. And it sort of brings these things together. And I think, looking at this all, I've got a bit of preamble because I wasn't sure how old people would be here. But those of you that don't know of the late 80s pop band a-ha, most memorable in hindsight for their bouffon hairstyles. I mean, isn't that amazing? And they had a #1 hit, The Sun Always Shines on TV. And that sort of gets mentioned here. I think that's all you need to know. Oh, just have some
There's a glass.
Oh, great.
I think they're clean.
And the poem is called What I Came to Say. I might need my notes for this. Dear body, body of mine, what we were starved of was loss, desire, presence, connection. What we were hungry for, we didn't even know existed. Appetite as guidance, strength in surrender, pleasure. The flesh, this flesh is a generous plethora, somewhere where intellect gets its rigid, rounded with feeling, its hard lines carded. Its hard lines carded, its heartstrings tugged, its sudden inspirations hugged into a bigger picture so we know we belong to the world's mosaic of okayness. Somewhere where everything that cannot be pinned by cognition finds voice in the kaleidoscopic mix of decision, steering us on our choppy skiffs of proprioceptive wisdom to risk the waves, dare the rapids, find harbour in safe places. Dear body, remember anorexia. It was not a fashion statement, don't patronise me. I strive for many things, but I was not dying to model myself as a wannabe waif in a raggedy dress that barely covered the breasts I hadn't got. It's too easy to stop at the media. Cover over the tongue-tied lie of the lands that makes us angel or harridan or whore. I knew I was a useless waste of space, carried it across every synapse, felt it in every cell, dwelt with it in the lonely cavity of my bones. Stupid, useless, bogus was my nucleus. Sure, my day face fooled the schoolful, never myself. Stitched up, we stitch ourselves up until we build the alternative, which is this. Listen, this is where I've bitten my lips. Little by little, the red milk drips. Wherever my story is untold, it will be repeated. Dress size, nothing. I just wanted to not feel. I just needed to distance myself from this body as a repository of knowledge. Zero in on oblivion, call nowhere home. Body of the trophy cabinets and atrophied imagination. When we were thin, there were eggshells for stepping on everywhere. Crap went my shins with the stress of forgetting, and the mileage I cramped up as I crunched out high grades. But you've met me already. I'm that bright, white, privileged, teenage female, caricatured in the textbooks, that yet neglect to indulge me my pain. Thin, a disconnect. Yeah, when you live there, it's really shit and unsafe within. Dear body, body of mine, when you were my alien no-go zone, I was fucking freezing all the time, cold, 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 cold. There were long, painstaking, prize-winning lessons to sit through on my bony behind. Long days, long hours made of teaspoon minutes, and no horizon imaginable that offered a possible. Then came the ambulance and its twist of complications. When I was in hospital, I realised I was killing myself. Call it an aha moment after moment after moment, if you will, with the sun always shines on TV, playing on the interminable radio at the nurse's station. Yet it was never intentionally meant as suicide. So I ate. One brave dollop of chaos after the next. Ate my way through variations on survival to kickstart the derailed nutrition degree, graduating with a hard-won 2-1, and, in a beautiful irony, walking away with a distinction in state registration as a dietitian. 98% in my training placement, and an eating disorder of a blessedly non-starving variety. What matters is now, is that I came to this place among us today where my past has a face and is named. What I came here to say, I'm through with the old ways, the hate. Tell me your story. These are my truths. Tell me your story. These are my truths. Tell us your story. And bring in the body in dialogue. Count on this, not calories, judgment, shame. Whoever you are, however you are battling with the agony of being in your own skin, with food, with haywire moods, already craving your next hit, half living, cooped in the cave of the too real fears of being yourself, in a world that clips the wings of difference with intimidation, ridicule, a brick. Drummers, dancers, draw us your story. I'm telling you mine. Because its narrative is a drive, is a strong hand outstretched when you're casting about for another thread to your weft. Take it. The thing that prevails is love. We are, and always were, perfect, imperfect, enough. And each of us deserving of needs, kindness, feelings, dreams. Finally, I get desire, presence, connection. Can report back that what the lived-in body offers is worth the screaming, free-fall, risking all for it. Oh yes, it absolutely is. Come body, behold this awesomeness, this dawn, as it stuns us from our slumber.